And I think we are live.
Weird. I am. I'm not seeing you or the screen or anything. I'm just. Do I need to leave and come back?
Um,
Because I see you're live. Okay, never mind. I see. I see everything.
you see it now. There we go. There you go. That's my fault.
Hmm,
Donna, you're burping a little bit. Let me see if I can fix.
that's weird.
All right. So now the burping should be fixed. Let me tell the people that we are live. Hope everyone is having an amazing Wednesday. Wednesday already. And yep, we are live there.
I never use this light. I'd like to use this light, but it's just too bright.
It's too bad of a light.
Anyways,
Blinding lights, as they'd say.
for alive, I can do it in small birds spurts. But if we were, well, it might be a short show today. Who knows?
Oh, what are you
Not
saying that yeah, today's definitely gonna be a shorter show.
It's
Lots of
bright,
stuff
is what I
going
was saying.
on.
Sure.
I
So
was
I
like,
see that it's why. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. What were you saying?
no, no, continue.
I was saying it's Wednesday watch hunting. Best picks under
Yes,
ten
sir.
thousand.
That is the picks that we're hunting today.
Okay.
I think that's not too bad. I'm sure producer Vimal will pop in soon. But we got some watch news to talk about as well. Watch best picks under 10. Okay.
Good afternoon, Julius Caesar. How you doing
Hail
today?
Caesar. Man, Julius, what can I say?
Welcome in, Daraj. We're doing good. How about you? And yes, we just watched the demise of Julius on screen last
It
night.
was just terrible. It's terrible that, you didn't do anything to Brutus. Let's be honest with you, right? You didn't really do that much to Brutus. You know, you did the dictator for life thing. I can't really,
Yeah, that was hard
you know,
to justify.
I can't really justify you there, but I do think that in your heart of hearts, you had the best hopes for Rome in mind, and you were a great conqueror, and I think people were just a little bit jealous, and maybe you should have killed Brutus, maybe you should have killed Cicero instead of, once Pompey was dead, I think you should have just ended them all. Because Pompey was your real friend, and the rest of them they just kind of turncoated on you.
Well,
But
him letting
anyways,
Brutus come back and Cicero, letting those two people come back with their names and their clout was the demise of Caesar, unfortunately. That's the truth. But
yeah.
hey,
Hey, but we're gonna celebrate July 4, Julius Caesar. We're working to find our togas and everything, but you will be remembered, Caesar. For you, you did great. You were great. A great dictator and importer. You're a great general. Let's say that.
he was a great general. I don't know about all the rest, but great general for sure. Never
All
forget
right,
what he did for
guys.
Gaul.
Yeah. That was rough. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the Watch Talk Live. This is a Wednesday watch hunting episode. Before we start, remember if you need truly independent watch advice, go out and check out cqthewatchguy.com. With this lovely gentleman there, will be able to offer you some help. All right, before we jump in, let's see if there's any interesting watch news out there. There were a few releases. I don't know if do you want to talk about the Mega Aqua Terra 30 millimeter?
Feels like they messed up that date window. I do not like a circular date window for this watch. And also the indices look weird, like the non-diamond ones. They look like little like grains of rice. What's going on?
Well, yeah, it's like for a lady, so it's supposed to be a little
So
more
the
feminine.
Okay. I didn't realize they were ladies' piece. I mean, the diamond ones should have been the dead giveaway, but
Yeah, I mean 30 millimeters. I mean,
I didn't see the size. I'm sorry. I was just like kind of looking at the photos. But if it's for the ladies, I guess it's not for me. So who am I to speak on it? We'll wait for Gen G to come in here and speak her mind.
I do think you're right though. If you take the date windows out, I think
It looks like a better watch. The circular
yeah,
date window, I don't know if I've seen a good circular date window or if I've seen one before in circular fashion. They're usually rectangular, not
not too
square.
much, not too much circular with the metal border.
It's maybe it's too much circles. You know, like The watch is circular, and then the date window is circular. Was that Thames?
Oh, it is Thames.
Oh, okay. I love Omega even more now.
Yeah, I think for ladies, very, very good. I don't even want to look at the prices, to be honest with you. I'll
No,
just ruin,
no, it was
it'll
a
ruin
ruin
what
our
I think about
vibes.
them.
Omega, is that Roman or is that Greek? That's Greek, right? Omega, Alpha.
I, yeah, I think that's Greek,
Okay. I mean,
right?
incestuous, right? They both did. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very close. But with Julius in the house, I'm not.
No, no, we're not gonna cross the
Hail
Rubicon.
Caesar, brother.
We're not,
We've already saw
we're not crossing the
what
Rubicon.
happens. Exactly.
Julius Caesar said, "I was laughing when Omega subreddit thought the smaller caliber meant for a smaller S&P 300."
You know better than that. You know better than that.
Julius Caesar said they got Thames and the girl from industry. Which one? Is it our? Is it
You said the magic words. So let's put this
which
right
which
there.
which one? Because is it Habibi or is it other shorty? Because either one.
So this is Thames, great artist, by the way.
Love Thames. Love Thames.
Um, he's gonna have to tell us. It's probably not. But now see the prices range from 66 to 40,100. I'll leave it there.
Ooh, that's rough, man. Omega.
Then we have Cornell Watch Company. They're back with another piece, and this watch is
Julius
a
Caesar said it was
resurrected.
Habibi.
It was a BB.
I love
I
her.
like Habibi. Habibta?
Yeah.
Habibti? Habibti. Anyways, Cornell Watch Co. So they are trying to bring back American-made watches. So they have the Lozier. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm probably wrong. The case, the hand, the case, the dial, and the crown were made in America, which is cool. The problem with American-made watches is going to be the cost, right? Because everything needs to be built out, So they're able to find some people who use the same CNC machines that they use here in Switzerland, here in America, and that's how they're able to get this done. But I love what they're doing. I actually love the aesthetics. This is based off of a Patek 96 that they're just making a little bit bigger. And I love that they're trying to make American-made watches. And I think the end price point for what they get done might not be too crazy.
I
Right now
don't.
we're at, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I don't think this is what Trump was talking about when he was saying bringing jobs back to America, but it's
No,
okay.
no. Even though like an American watch manufacturing and repair industry could be very, very robust, but the money, the dedication, the time it would take to really get that up and running is going to take a while, which is why a brand like this, Cornell Watch, is doing it piece by piece. I know other makers I'm going to be able to talk about soon who are doing almost everything in-house and American-made. Check out Love Hunter watches. There's a lot of great stuff being done. So I love to see this. 6,200 is a price point. Salida movements are closed, case back. But I think if you want to support American watchmaking and a brand who's trying to do things the right way, I think this is a interesting watch.
It's
Yeah, no.
like what do you want me to say? It's the watch that they made to look like another watch. That's not. It's $6,000. So okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about this watch moves you? Hello, Tad.
What's going
What
on,
about
Tan?
what about this watch moves you, C1?
Aesthetically, not much, to be honest with you.
Let's say you didn't know it was made in the U.S. and everything. Would you have even mentioned this watch today? Just, I mean,
No,
I'm trying to be a dick. I'm just asking
no,
you.
no, no.
Like, it wouldn't
If
even
this was
caught
like
your eye.
if this was a black dial with the Romans being white or a cream or like a patina-ish color, that would have definitely caught my attention. But this in particular is not the silver on silver on silver. I'm sure the dial has some good texture there, but it's not my particular cup of tea. But being what they're trying to do, I support. Thank you for the upvote, Tan. And everybody, please upvote, like, comment, subscribe. It means so much.
But I mean, like, it's okay. It's okay to watch. I think like 6 grand for a watch that's like they're literally saying, we tried to make it look like a Patek. Just feels I don't know. Duraj likes it, you know. I don't know if it's something I would think about beyond today.
Yeah, I'd say with the hands, it makes it non-derivative as well. I think it's a cool watch. I think let's come back. We'll come back to them. I'm sure they'll make more watches.
I defer to you on that.
I'll take the difference. All right, so there was another watch. There was the Grupo 4C Double Blend CA. Oh no, excuse me.
Duraj, you're right. The layered dial is the one thing that stands out about that piece is that you kind of do see it step down into the time telling, but beyond that, it just felt like every other circular watch that's trying to be business. Like what? I'm not saying the word. What is it called? Sequan. I'm missing it. Dress, not dress. Yeah, like it looks like a dress watch. It's like a regular dress watch.
That's very classic. Caesar says the new Conquest Heritage on the updated bracelet got me bricked up. I gotta check it out. Good afternoon, Thomas.
Thomas, sir. What in God's name is this?
So Moser has gone like color crazy, and
Bro, they're
ain't no
turning into
stopping them.
Hublot, bro. Oh my God.
Ain't no stopping them. So these are the new H Moser and C Pioneer Spiced Aqua Collection, right? And the reason why they call it spice, I think they're playing a little bit with, or they don't have the picture, but the imagery that they're using on social media, it's like Dune. It's a
I was gonna
Dune
say,
movie trailer, but
okay.
with Pioneer instead. So that's pretty cool. So we have a time only model, stainless steel, and then a DLC treated version. And then we have a tourbillon, and then we have a spherical tourbillon. For Moser, who are good friends, and they make really fun watches. But I think we gotta, we gotta give our straight opinions here. Obviously, my favorite was gonna be the time only. Probably put this on an orange strap. But let Jay have some thoughts here.
I mean, like, you know, you get points for doing cool colors.
Okay,
The
we'll
the
take the
time
points.
only was nice. The time only is nice. I just know I'm paying hand over fist for you making weird color distinctions. I think that if, we had this conversation about them making very complicated watches with weird things, like the Wyoming Jade Tourbillon Stream, like, and it's just like, okay, like I see tourbillon, and to me, I think like classical movement that it's the thing that we don't need anymore, right? It's bespoke. So then you add it to this like zany piece, and then it's just I gotta remind myself that like they'll laugh at you until they applaud you, but I just don't see how this gets applauded. I just don't see it. It's nice colors. I don't see it like it's two different sides of the field. You know what I'm saying? When you have a tourbillon and then like it's orange dial with a blue surrounding. Am I wrong in saying that? Am I being a stickler? Am I being a grandpa?
No, I don't think you are at all. I think there's a certain point where Vimal is making a great point.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, Moser is known for its dials. The weird sharp colors take the focus away from the unique selling proposition. And I do think that is correct. The dials that they do are very special. I think this would have been really nice if we did it without the tourbillons and just have a blue dial
Yes.
variation and an orange dial variation. I think that'd have been cool.
Yes.
And the Pioneer by itself is under 20 grand, right? It's like 14,000 Swiss francs, so it's not too crazy. But when you do this version tourbillon, which doesn't sell so well in the market, and then you do the spherical tourbillon, which is it kind of takes me out of it because the spherical tourbillon 79,000 Swiss franc, and then for the normal turb you're 49,900 Swiss franc. So you just
But it
kind of
goes back to like what Vimal said. It's like they're known for their dials. They're really great at their dials. So when you show me a skeleton watch from them, I'm just like, you're literally taking away the best part of what you do. And you give me like a little disc. I hate it. I hate all of their spherical tourbillons. I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen one that I like at all. Daraj says HMC is running the huge risk of becoming a gimmick shop, and I'm telling you, bro. I love Moser. I love what Claudio and the team are doing over there. I know he has nothing to do with like with their direction, But it feels like when I see these type of watches that they're going towards that Hublot of like, well, we're doing art on watches, and like that's fine, but like just know where you're going with this. And Tan makes a great point as well. Those type of skeleton watches need to have a treated glass, or else you see hair on the wrist. Like we had that conversation with the Arnold, not Arnold son, the MB&F. You know, like ah, if it was time only, I think we wouldn't be having these conversations. Even the Tourbillon regular one is okay. The
Spherical.
spherical Tourbillon is just a no for me, dog. Big no. And you're paying too much for an orange watch with the tourbillon. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, it's you're gonna see the hair on the wrist. It's a cool tourbillon. There's an automatic tourbillon. Ooh, on the white strap, it's not too bad, but you're
How many
paying a
times can
lot
you
of
wear
money.
this watch? How many times can you wear the one that's even just the dial? Like forget the tourbillon. The tourbillon probably is more
Well,
wearable.
the dial ones you could wear twice a week. You could figure it out. The this term you could rock once a week for sure. The spherical term is where it becomes an issue because like Tan said, I have a hairy wrist. So like I would get annoyed after the first wear of my wrist being like it's Florida, it's gonna be muggy, it's gonna be like a little sweaty, and like just me cleaning that a few times would get annoying to me. Even though I do love looking at a tourbillon, so that would end up being the hardest to wear. I do think the normal tourbillon and other pieces do get a lot more wrist time.
I feel they throw tourbillons on anything. Like they don't care. They're gonna just we can do it. We know how to do it. We're gonna just throw it on there. And it's like they could have just made this watch with the keep on blanking when they don't do anything to the dial. What's that called again? The these dials
Yeah,
concepts.
the concept dial. Yep.
And then they could have done one with the indices, and then they could have said that was it. But it's like, no, we're doing something new, so it has to be turbulent. So it's like, no, we don't need that. Maybe you throw a date on there. I don't know. I'm just saying that, like, I actually don't mind the time only. Maybe you just do some variations in that. But like making it uber complicated and also weirdly colorful, you just go into that pink Lamborghini thing, man. And I was just like, there's not that many people who want a pink Lamborghini.
No, you're absolutely right. The pace of which they're releasing watches is very interesting, right? Because well, this came out last year. We had the Sunny Side Up this year, and we had a bunch of other stuff, and now we're getting these. Then you also had the stone pieces that came out as well, too, right? Are those Endeavors? Yeah, so we also had the Endeavor Pop Collection, which I personally liked as well. So there's a lot of variety coming out in a lot of complicated pieces, and I just don't know if the market's absorbing everything. Let's say that.
Give people time to digest. Tan says, if the glass is treated, you don't see the hairs. His Roger Debris, you don't see the hairs on his wrist. So I guess it just depends on the treatment of the glass. I prefer Endeavors to Pioneers. I think it's the lug shape, right? Like it's a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a little more svelte, if
Yeah.
that if that's the right word. All right, I think we're neutral on. I like the time only. I don't. I think the others are just too expensive, and I'm going through a lot of giving people bad news this week in terms of like they wanted to trade in watches that they bought, during the peak. So if you buy something like this on the left or this on the right, just know what you're buying and understand financially what's gonna come from that in terms of
Just
what you might be able to get in and out of and trade towards and things like that. Once you're responsible in those regards, I think they're all fun watches. Enjoy.
yeah. Well said.
Grupo Forsey reworks the GMT Balancier. I just like this watch. I just wanted to show it for a second. I know you're gonna say this is crazy. RM killer though. RM killer. Let's just see how much is
I
it.
don't. I just like. It's so weird that you say that flippantly. There's nothing about this watch that aesthetically like I know, but there's nothing about this watch that aesthetically competes with the RM. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Don't I don't see how you're selling anybody under the age of 35 into a Gruber Force. Just I don't see it. See it.
Well, now I just point them to Mark Zuckerberg and see like you could be like Zuck one day.
Let me tell you something. I don't think anybody under the age of 35 cares to be Mark Zuckerberg. You know, I not the person to point to, but I get it. You know, he's successful. I don't think you need a Gruber Force to be successful.
It helps. It makes signing things a little bit
That
easier.
watch is ugly, dude.
No, no,
Tan
not
says the
ugly.
case is more elaborate than RM. I said that's my opinion. CQ. I'm not saying that's your opinion. You clearly like it. I think the watch is not pretty at all. It's so many things going on. It's like, what do you want me to look at? The balance wheel, the world. You've got so many things going on here.
I want you to see it all.
What's going on, Skylar Santana? Skylar Santana. Sorry.
Scholar Santana, sir. Get it right. Get it right.
So, Chad, how did you feel about the Gruber Force? Am I being too crazy about it, or am
Well,
I valid in?
for the price, I can't say you're crazy because this is above 300. So like I can't, or at least above 250. So I can't really like argue with you. Like for the price, the RM does have the immediate like the Miami factor. That's for sure.
I need to be able to click the button on the left and be transported to the other time zone that they're displaying in order for me to pay three
That'd be
hundred
dope.
thousand dollars for this watch.
That would be super dope, actually.
Tan says the dial is not perfect, but the case is. And I will say,
I
Tan,
agree.
I think that they do make nice cases. And then somebody looks at it and says, you know what we're going to do? We're going to stuff this with as much bullshit as we possibly can just to make this as unattractive as possible. That's my take on Google Force. My views do not reflect Scott Lee Vinco.
All right, let's do some watch hunting. We're gonna have a short episode today, so we got about let's do about 10 minutes more. And we were hunting for great watches under $10,000, and we're gonna start with Reddit because I feel like Reddit has some good gems. And I have purchased some smaller watches from there. So let's just take a glide and let's see if we see anything out of the norm, like this
I like
beautiful
that
Omega
strap.
Chrono.
It's
Look at
definitely older,
this.
right? I was gonna say this has got to be like what 60s or something or before that.
So 36 millimeter Omega Speedmaster with nothing on the dial. It's actually pretty cool. Let's see if they give a year here. It's from the 90s Omega catalog. Hey, but I mean 36 mm? That's a pretty cool pickup.
Nice. Is that a scratch at the at six though? Like, is that like a ding ding ding?
No, I think that's just a
Is it a
reflection.
reflection? Okay, as long as that's a reflection, then yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Do a little research, but that seems pretty cool. I just like the hands on it. All right, what we got? Seamaster 300. Can't go wrong with these.
I always like those dials.
A lot of Omegas today. And then a Grand Seiko.
Grand Seikos, man.
Tudor, Zenith, Seiko, Credo, Longines, and more. I'd grab that Zenith for the right price. That Defy Ceramic, those are always pretty cool. What's this?
They trying to move these watches? Is it like a
Yeah, we're in Reddit Watch Exchange. So these are all for sale.
Watch Willie?
Watch Willie in the house. Ooh, there we go. Cartier Santos green dial with the extra leather strap. Actually, you should get it. These are great deals, man. You're finding them under retail. Look at this in perfect condition.
Raj says under 10K vintage Hoyer. I'm guessing he's saying like the Hoyer Tuvias and stuff like that.
Which I think are great pieces. Man, I just love these Santos. Like, how much does this guy have it for?
That's a green
There's
dial,
the-
right?
Yeah, this is a green dial, and they've just been slowly floating down. Like I feel like I used to sell these in eights, 63.75 shipped. No, not bad at all. Hit them with 6 on a wire. That's a great watch for the summertime.
It's just because it's green. I'm telling you, the green is it's gonna go out of fashion eventually. I don't think you see the drop in blues. I mean, the drop's happening, but I think the blue drops a lot slower. You don't agree?
I guess I don't know. I just remember somebody saying green is gonna be the next it color, and it didn't come in and hold as I thought it would. It definitely came, but it's like not. So who knows? Who knows? I thought red was gonna come and have a moment, and it never came. You know.
Violent, dude.
Ooh, Omega CK859, great picks. I want to pull that up on Chrono 24, but I also do think these IWC Chronos, you could pick them up under 3,500 all day. Great, great. Just weekender, everyday watch, put a bunch of straps on it, have some fun.
Yeah, can't go wrong with this. Like the big date with the 3 dates and the day. It's a very nice watch.
I think CK859. All right, all the way from Chrono 24. Ooh, these are good. These are really nice. Look at that shot in the pool with his blonde wrist hairs. Look at that. That's a great watch.
What's going
60
on, Goldfinger?
What's happening, Goldfinger? 6,400. You get in 8,900 series movement. So that will be a master coaxial movement. Number edition manual wound watch. Twin barrels. 6,400. And it looks cool outside the pool and in front of the pool. This is a good pick. I'd buy this watch. Has a little bit of that vintage aesthetic, but it's still modern enough where you're not gonna break it. You'll be able to service it.
That's a very nice one. You know, I ain't got much bad to say about Omega.
Oh yeah, no, we know you're paid under the table by the Swatch Group.
I don't know about that.
I'm guessing this is a vintage one, but even this, man.
Black is nice.
Yeah, I was about to say a good vintage black is a little spotty, but you know,
That's what
it's
gives
from
it the charm.
1937, so I think I'd be a little spotty as well. But I mess with that.
You think
And
the price
Raj
is
said,
worth it? Like,
I don't know. I mean, if you do the history and the research and blah blah blah, if it makes sense, it makes sense. But I probably all day buy the modern version just so I just don't have to
think of
worry
the
about it.
movement, all that stuff, and like getting it serviced, something like that's that old. You know, you're paying 7 grand for it. I mean, like as you said, like if you know the history, you know all the things you need to know about it, then it's fine. Right? I'm with you. I think I might just go with the contemporary model.
Exactly. And this, look at this though. This is vintage from 1938. This is really beautiful. That's Sector Dial.
Why did it
That's
say
gorgeous.
Calatrava? What am I missing here? Is that a
Well, because it's like a Calatrava styled case.
okay? So it's
You
just
know, so
keywords that they were trying to ping on.
exactly. You know, because somebody might type in, "I'm looking for a Calatrava style this," or vintage Calatrava, and there's a few different watches that kind of would go
that
in that
mold.
category.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Let's put up some Hoyer. Hoyer, not tag. How do I do that?
And wouldn't you do like Hoyer Artuvia or something like that? Some weird shit like that.
Man, there we go.
Diraj says vintage Navitimer. Yes, dude. I actually am not a fan of Breitling, but I love vintage Navitimers. Like they
To me,
well, Navitimers in general is their best watch to me. Sorry.
and
Go
you
ahead,
can
CP.
find just such great. No, you can just Navitimer. Like we'll go to this after. Maybe we'll end with Navitimers today. But the value you could find, like in vintage Breitling, neo vintage Breitling, outstanding for the type of watch you're getting. That's not gonna look like everybody else's watch. Like this beautiful Hoyer Camaro here, 7743 on a Gay Ferrez, Guy Ferret. I don't know. On a gay bracelet that looks really nice.
You know, if anybody it shouldn't be pronouncing things, it's this guy. Me, this guy here. I do
I
like
just don't
these
know.
vintage cushion cases. Cushion, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Cushion, TV set.
I hate the bracelet though. I do not like those. I know it's not Jubilee, but the Jubilee-esque type bracelets
Yeah,
on
that
sport
beads of rice
watches. I
style.
just not a fan of that personally. Thomas Burnett said Hoyer Camaro is my favorite. Looking with gas, baby. It is a nice watch. And then Diraj also said Camaro, yes. So it looks like the team is loving the Camaros.
I mean, I think that's a great watch.
The
Like,
Silverstone was kind of crazy.
yeah, the Silverstone is nice, but I mean, look at this. For 5,900, I'm sure you can find them for all types of prices, blah blah blah. But you're getting something that has a very unique look, but it's still tied so much in to both racing and watchmaking history, and that's what I love. I love that, like, you could go to, like, I don't know, a watch get together, and there are people with $1 million watches on, and you could walk up there with something under 10,000 that just as much people will, like, fawn over, will want to hold, want to try on, want to hear stories about, want to hear how you collected it, how it got into your collection. And to me, that's what I enjoy about watches. Like, a good watch is a good watch. There are people in here who buy watches from all spectrum of the range, but we could all agree that Camaro looks good. I'm getting
Well, it's
tongue
just
tied
like
today.
I think you make a great point there because it's like cosplaying. Like people can spend a lot of money and get a really cool outfit, and then there's a guy who made his outfit from scratch for 2 months, and both people can kind of be really great at what they do. And I would compare somebody who finds a vintage watch like this to the person who spent 2 months building their costume from scratch because they did the research, they learned about the brand so that they could get the right model that really would look bespoke on the wrist. So I mean, like it goes, you can either pay for play or you can go out here and find some great stuff, or you can be both. There's people who I know who definitely have a Richard Mille and then they probably have this Silverstone, depends on the feeling.
It's all about the vibe. Like, this Silverstone's giving me vibes. I know there's modern versions I should probably get, but, like,
It's pretty cool.
from 1974, still
I wonder
kicking.
how thick it is. Like it looks like it might be a little thicker than the typical, just given the age of the watch and stuff like that. Like they probably a bigger movement.
I think it's a little thick, but not too much.
Pan
Ta-
said, "My first watch has a was a Hoyer Carrera 3 hands with date, so nice, and he still has it. Huh.
the great watches. Hoyer.
So when did Tag buy Hoyer? Is that what happened? Like, or was it a merger? What happened there?
Um, I think Tag did they merge, or was the Tag by Hoyer? I think Tag bought Hoyer because Tag was just like, it's Tog, not Tag. So I think so. I think Tog bought Hoyer, and then that was bought by LVMH eventually.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes
But
sense.
Hoyer was going for like a long time, on its own. But
It sounds like Hoyer gave a little legitimacy to Tog.
I think so. I think Tog did something else. I forgot.
Ramal asked, "Do I need a tetanus shot before I handle vintage watches?"
Hey, some of them, I'll be honest, man. Sometimes people send in some watches, and you can't blame them. Some of these, older folks who have these watches, like, in a cupboard for 30, 40 years. But sometimes you get some watches that, like, you really, you're unsure about what you're looking at when you're handling it. The things that are not metal, let's say that it's rust, it's skin, dead skin, it's all type of things. And some of those vintage ones, yeah, you definitely feel weird when you're when you're handling them. That's for sure. But I wouldn't want a shot in my butt, so I don't know.
Tan does say that he thinks Tag bought Hoyer, and he also pretty much reinforced what I was thinking. Hoyer had the reputation Tag needed, so they, you know, rode rode that coattail to a certain extent.
There you go. Here we have a Navi Timer 806 AOPA made for American Palace Association. This one's from 1962. The Navi Timer is the oldest continuously made chronograph from 1952, I believe. But there's so many great variations you could find. Super vintage like that, a little bit more neo vintage, like something like this, all have kind of like a similar aesthetic. You have that E6B slide rule where you can do all type of multiplication and division with. And yeah, under 10 grand for most of these pieces, unless it's like a super special one. And the great watches that most people can service as well. And I love a good Navi timer, man. I love a good Navi timer. And if you're feeling like being a big boy, then you just get a Montbriant Legend.
What does Montbrillant stand for? Like, what does that? I always wondered what it stood for.
I believe there is a mountain called Montbriant. Montbriant.
Okay, that makes sense then.
806 AOPA more gravitas than the 5711. If you know, you know. Duraj is right. If you know, you know. Super, super heavy in terms of like significance out there. So here's a Montbriant Legend. I used to love these watches. 47 millimeters. Oh, bring big watches back. I used to kill these watches, man. I used to sell these like nothing.
I feel like that's such a large watch, man. 47 millimeters. I mean, you can get away with the CQ, but
Hey, when I started, that was the size, man. It was 44 and up, like for real, like 41s, 40s. They were all because I was in a very Breitling heavy store, so and Breitling was the first luxury brand I was allowed to sell. So you know, the first brand that I sold, and it was all 41 was like, oh, you got a small wrist, you wear a 41. Then it was 44, and then if you could swing it, you get them into the like 46, 47s, and yeah, a lot of big wrist fans love a good Breitling. All right, I think we're gonna wind it down for today. I know today was a little bit of a short one, guys, but things are rolling. I gotta get a haircut. I got a great event happening in DC over this weekend, so you need to get prepared for that. And we got some clients I gotta call. So I want to thank you guys so much for supporting. We're gonna have another episode tomorrow, Friday. I will be traveling, so probably won't do an episode on Friday. If we do, it'll be something really short. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And the Cougar Wink is out. Make sure you reach out to CQ at CQTheWatchGuy.com. Just check out CQTheWatchGuy.com. Don't use that email, actually. Where you can see all my services. You can see that handsome guy winking and all the ladies out there. Jay, speak to the people.
happy hump day. See you guys tomorrow.
There you go. Happy hump day. Hope you guys have an amazing time. Upvote, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to talk about tomorrow. And see you soon. You guys are the best.
Peace.